Ladies and gentlemen at home, say hello to Emma. Now, Emma, she wants to do an internship in San Francisco at Google. This is the job description. Pause the video and have a close look at it. Now, Emma, she has made a resume, and what me and Pauline are going to do is the following. We are going to review her resume and we're going to optimize it. It's going to be a session packed with information. We hope you're up for that. Let's go.
So let's have a look at Emma's resume.
On top, she writes address, name, contact, it's all fine. For the email, I would use an email that is a little bit more professional. If you have a university email, use that. If you do not have that and you have, for instance, something like Gmail, try to make it as professional as possible. Your first name and your last name. If you must have digits there, okay, but keep it to a very small number of digits.
Yeah. And what about a picture?
She does not have a picture. A picture can be very dangerous on a resume. In many countries, you have these companies that are bias-conscious companies. These companies do not even look at a resume if the resume has a picture, because they want to avoid any chance of having a kind of bias in their selection. And a bias could be, for instance, based on ethnicity. So that you give a certain ethnicity a more favorable treatment than another one. And one way of reducing that chance is to throw away resumes that even come with a picture. So be very careful with that, especially if you are applying in the US, UK and Ireland, because you will find these bias-conscious employers a lot there. So do not include a picture.
Okay. So is it smart for Emma to put her LinkedIn profile in her resume?
If you have a good LinkedIn, put it there. If you have a website that shows your portfolio, what you do professionally, a WordPress website or whatever website, put it there. Put the links there, yeah.
Okay, that's clear. So let's go to her summary. She's very enthusiastic, 23 years old.
Looking for an internship.
Does something with horses.
Yeah, she's a balanced person, she says. Passion for her horses. I excel in my studies. In this case, I would say it's not relevant. The summary, 2, 3, 4 sentences max, opportunity to summarize and link your resume to the job description. So in the job description, they're looking for an ideal candidate. In the summary, you can grab that opportunity and say in 3, 4 sentences why you are that ideal candidate.
Okay.
Try to link it as much as possible to the job description. So use the same kind of keywords that they use there. So if, for instance, there they say we're looking for somebody with great intercultural skills, say that you have those and show and tell. Give an example.
And if you use those words, it is also helpful for the ATS, I think.
Yeah. The application of applicant tracking system. That is the program that the recruiters have made to scan through tens of thousands of resumes and letters, looking for resumes and letters that are suitable. And they often program these applicant tracking systems, ATS, to look for specific keywords that they also put in the job description.
It is a robot, so use those keywords.
So if you have some keywords that appear a lot in the job description, use them also a lot in your resume. But be careful. Do not use them too much. Do not engage in keyword stuffing. That is not good.
No, okay. So let's have a look at her professional experience. I see that she was a student board member in Amsterdam from 2021 till now. And I think the best thing is always to use a month plus year and not just a year.
Why?
Well, because applicants too often cheat. They want to show that they have more experience than they actually have. For instance, December 22 till January 23 appears like 1 full year, while it's actually 2 months max.
So cheating a lot, huh?
Yes. Okay. And she states that I am a board member at HORS. What do you think, HORS?
I guess could be something that has to do with horses, but I don't know.
She misses an E then.
Yeah, she misses an E. So the thing is, when you say stuff like that, when you write stuff like that, specify what is horse. Is it a hotel? What is it? Is it a debating club? What is it? If it's a sporting community, then mention it. And this is not mentioned here. She says, I have organized more than 10 events and am in charge of coordinating.
Coordinating what?
Coordinating what? Exactly. Be specific, show and tell, and try to link it to the job description. So they're looking for an ideal candidate that has, for instance, intercultural skills or whatever. Try to link these coordinations to activities that have given you these intercultural skills or these marketing skills or whatever important skills that this company is looking for. Don't keep it too generic.
So let's have a look at her experience at the Hotel Okura in Amsterdam. She has a marketing communication is my passion, and I manage the Facebook account. I implemented a new posting policy in 2018, which has driven up the number of interactions by more than 300% since 2018. Wow, that is something Emma did great. She showed her what she did, how it is measured, and what was the outcome and the success. So she did it very well. So I do all the communication with international group from Spanish-speaking countries. It is smart, I think, to use words like communication, since it is also in the job description.
Yeah, in the job description, you will find the word communication multiple times. And so it's good to use it also in your resume and maybe also your letter, because you score points with the ATS, this program that scans these resumes. And you also should be aware of the following. These applicant tracking systems, these days they are very smart. So they don't just count these words, they don't just count them, they also measure how important they are in another way. For instance, they will give this communication a weight of 2018 until present. So if two candidates apply and one of them has these communication skills from 2016 until present, and you have it from 2018 from present, this person from 2016 gets more weight added to this word, because the program assumes that, hey, okay, this person has longer experience with this communication.
So the robot, the computer, the ATS is getting smarter and smarter. Yeah. Be aware of that.
Be aware of that. And very important to mention important keywords in the description of your activities, and important to have dates in the right way. So month plus year. So
exactly.
the ATS can calculate correctly.
Yes, okay. So now let's look at her education. University of Amsterdam, sounds great. Class representative, and she did something with Professor Charles
Xavier.
Yeah.
If you watch X-Men, the movie, or read the comics, you know who Professor Charles Xavier is. It's an insider joke. Some of them will understand, some of them will not understand. But you know, when I read this co-authored paper with Professor Charles Xavier, I become very curious. What kind of paper could that be? If it was like a paper about marketing or something that would show her passion for marketing, I wouldn't mention it explicitly, because that is also mentioned in the job description, you know, describing the ideal candidate. But she doesn't describe it. That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it is. Yes. So, okay. And the GPA was 8.1. That sounds good. Great. Yeah. Okay. So there we go with the gymnasium.
That's her high school, huh?
Yes, yeah. It is. And we know what it is because we're from the Netherlands.
Yeah,
but I can imagine that you don't know what gymnasium actually is. And that is a mistake that Emma made in her resume.
Because in Holland, gymnasium is basically comparable to, for instance, A-level in the UK. It's the highest high school version that exists, because we have here different high school versions, different high school levels, and this one gives direct access to university. It's very good if you did that, but problem here is that outsiders, when you write gymnasium, they will think, oh, this is a gym, you know, where you do a workout, CrossFit or something like that. No, it's a high school. So
exactly,
mention it, you know, in these cases, that this is the highest level of high school comparable to A-level. Then a person in San Francisco can understand.
Everyone understands it. Exactly. Okay. And then I see something with colors in skills. Can computers read this?
Now, this is a problem because before this resume is handed to a human recruiter, most likely it will be scanned by the ATS, the applicant tracking system, these robots or these computer programs that scan these resumes. Now, there's one thing that they are famous for, often not being able to do, and that is handle tables. They cannot really handle tables, nor can they handle graphics. They can handle text. And in this case, we have two. We have graphics and tables. So the tables, they cannot easily interpret. So you should preferably not use tables. And also, Emma is showing her skill level in a graphical form, like 2 bars is less than 4 bars, etc. And that ATS cannot, or most likely cannot interpret that. It's best to use classic words like medium or expert level or beginner. These the ATS can interpret, but never use tables. That's not a good idea.
Okay, that's clear. So I think you have a good idea about how a resume should look like. And we wish Emma good luck with her application.